I am Kim Gorsuch. I am the founder and CEO of Weeva, and we are a small publisher based in Austin, Texas. And among other things, we create beautiful picture books for kids. And we have two different series. One is Mia and Tiago, which teaches the kids the secrets of successful startups. And the other one is If Not You, Then Who, which does something similar around inventions. So many of our books are all about giving kids the skills they need to change their world.
Love that mission.
Thank you. Should I keep going?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Mia and Tiago is targeted at kids 5 to 10, and we're giving them the skills to think like expert entrepreneurs. This series is based on the work of Professor Saras Sarasvathy, and she teaches the principles of effectuation to MBA students at the Darden School of Business. So Saras is called a rock star of entrepreneurship by people like Jim Collins. She's won all kinds of awards, international awards for her work. And what we're doing with Mia and Tiago is taking the key principles of effectuation and teaching them to elementary school kids. So among the principles is start with your bird in hand. And the whole idea of bird in hand is that everybody has skills, interests, experiences, passion, and resources at their fingertips. And if they start a business based on their bird in hand, the chances of them being successful are much enhanced. Another one is mastering the super ask. And there are effective ways of asking, and then there are ineffective ways of asking. And so part of the super ask is every entrepreneur needs other people and other resources in order to succeed. And what we want kids to understand is the way in which they ask can increase their chances of succeeding. Those are just two of the challenges. There are actually six of the principles. Each book in the series is dedicated to one of the principles. And then we also have a workbook called The Entrepreneur in Me, which lets kids immediately practice the concepts that they're learning about in the books. And then the series also comes with an educator guide so that the teacher or homeschool parent or after school club leader can easily apply this curriculum. It's super flexible. Generally, it's designed to be 6 weeks, but it could be condensed into 6 days or perhaps extended over a longer period if necessary. This is a peek inside the educator guide. So it's a 60-page document with pretty detailed instructions, even though the program itself is simple to deliver. So 4 key steps: generally, read the book to the students, organize a class discussion, and then invite students to work through the relevant chapter in the activity book. And then at the end, kids are invited to share what they've learned. And what we do is map out what we expect the students to learn. So of course, we're looking for them to master the principle, but there are a lot of nuances and a lot of detail that goes into it. Here's a peek inside book 2, which is the lemonade principle. And Mia and Tiago have an initial idea, which is to build a skate park. And it turns out that they immediately hit all these obstacles that they actually cannot solve. And so at that point, they run into their friend Kiara, and that's when they decide to pivot to a different idea. And part of what they learn, the students learn, is that not every idea is workable. Even good ideas sometimes cannot be acted upon, okay? And that is okay. We also show them that obstacles come in all different sizes, and some of those can be easily solved through tweaks and simple problem solving. and some may prove to be insurmountable. And again, that's okay. The also one of the key ideas of effectuation is that obstacles sometimes open up much better opportunities that you could never have imagined at the beginning. And that's great. And so we want to show kids that A, that's normal, it's okay. And sometimes it is the breakthrough that they're looking for. This is a peek inside the Entrepreneur in Me workbook. Again, there's one chapter per book. This is just 2 pages. They're generally 6 to 10 pages in the activity book. And the whole concept is that we want them to be able to apply the ideas right away. So they learn about them in the book, they discuss them as a class, and then immediately apply them. And once they're done with the full 6 books, they have an idea that they could, in fact, implement if they wanted to. So as of right now, we are available on all these different channels. We're on Innovation World under the Resources tab, bookstore.weeva.com. That's Weeva's own bookstore. Of course, Amazon. And you can find it most easily through our little boutique on Amazon. Me and Tiago has their own little dedicated website. And then we're also on Yippee. As of right now, the first 4 books in this series are available in English. They're also available in Spanish. We'll release them actually in Spanish by the end of May. And then the first 4 are also ebooks on Amazon so that they can be, easily accessed by people all over the world. And then later this summer, we'll finish the other 2 books. We'll go ahead and release the activity books and then also the educator guide. And that's where we are. I think I'll stop there and see if there are any questions.
I'm stunned. Uh, I'm stunned mostly because I've never heard of the concept of effectuation before, but it is like absolutely what we need to enable young people to change the world in a way that it needs to be changed with intention and focus. That's stunning.
Yes, what I really like about this too is Edison the Eagle. The kids start out, they want to win the moonshot contest at their school, and the prize is this trip to outer space. And Edison Eagle shows up to give them a lesson at a time, and he uses a case study of a kid-friendly business. So, for example, in book 3, The Affordable Loss, we talk about Richard Branson. In the Super Ask, we talk about how Richard Branson actually calls up Boeing and asks for a plane and like what happens as a result of that. The affordable loss is actually a pretty sophisticated idea where it's not just money that you lose, but it's also your time, it's your energy, it's your willpower, and it's your resources. Like maybe you have resources that you can barter or borrow or get for free. And so a lot of affordable loss is really thinking through all the different ways that you could get a business off the ground that doesn't cost money.
Hmm.
Crazy Quilt is about partnerships and finding collaborators, which I think Gift is an amazing example of a Crazy Quilt in action where all these different people come together to make this thing called Gift work. It's a great example of a Crazy Quilt. And then Pilot in the Plane is all about if you can create a business that also creates an ecosystem around you, you are not only succeeding in your own right, but you're helping the other pilots in their own planes succeed. And the case study that we use for that book is called Husk Power Systems. It's a company in India that is one of India's unicorn companies. And they basically figured out a way to use rice husks to create electricity that will power these like mini grids that take electricity into tiny little villages throughout India. So we think it is a way of giving kids the skills they need to really change the world around them.
And that's fascinating. That is exactly what sustainability is, right? It's being able to say, I have one thing, it's three. We together can make eight. If we keep doing that, it'll grow and grow and grow. Brilliant.
Thank you.
So Kim, how you got into this kind of means how it all started?
Mia and Tiago or Weeva?
Yeah, actually both.
Okay, so Weeva started, so Weava's idea is that if we could connect people more deeply and get them talking to each other, that we can help people understand the impact that they make in the world. So we actually started out creating individual books like anniversary books, birthday books, retirement books. And we very quickly discovered that we show people their legacy if they're older, right? And if you're younger, we show you that you are seen and understood. And both of those are incredibly powerful ways of affirming people. We also, then, as we grew, we decided we wanted to find areas where we felt we could change the world for the better. So it's all about starting a conversation, sharing a story that opens up people's imagination and lets them flourish. And Mia and Tiago was an idea that I had that I took to Doug Lebda at Lending Tree. I used to work for Lending Tree. And at first we talked about literacy and then we're like, or financial literacy. And then we're like, well, wait a minute. If we give people the skills of entrepreneurship, we give them a way to flourish in the world. And we create, the next generation of people who are going to live full and productive lives. And so with Doug's help, we approached Saras and also Gosha, who's our writer. And then we found our illustrator, Tomasz, who is in Poland. And we started the series. And, we knew from the start that we wanted it to be 6 books plus an activity guide plus an educator guide. And I think what's going to happen is as we get these into schools and into the hands of educators, that, we'll translate them into more languages and there could easily be more Mia and Tiago books. And then we would like to invite people to share with us what they're doing around the world. So hopefully we can be a feeder into communities like Gift.
Wow, that's amazing. But like you said, Kim, is this in school? Oh my God, this is gonna fit so perfectly well. Means this is something that is a must have. It's not an optional item because this one teaching in a format of a comic book. Two, just getting this the thought process in kids' mind of entrepreneurship. By default, it's there, but just to be aware of it. Hey, you already have it, and you can shape it, structure it the way you want it to be. I think this will really help.
Well, thank you. Yes, because we want people, and the books are quite diverse. So, Mia and Tiago, their friend Chiara, and we're trying to make sure kids see themselves as entrepreneurs. If, as an entrepreneur, my personal view is everybody could be an entrepreneur, but if they don't want to be, that's cool too. And the skills that we're teaching are very relevant for life skills. So like being able to ask for what you need is a life skill. Thinking through what you're willing to lose as you invest in anything is a life skill. So we're quite keen on giving them the 6 secrets of successful startups, yes, but more importantly, the life skills that will serve them well no matter what life path they choose.
I think that's the most exciting component for me is how that translates. And I kind of think that Sabod was like referencing that way, right, fit seamlessly into school. But those life skills are something that we don't innately teach children. We protect them, right? And then we say, oh, you're an adult now, learn those life skills, where we could actually be gamifying those life skills in imaginative, creative, and relative ways. That is just mind-boggling. What a great opportunity.
All right, Kim. Sorry, because we are right on time, Kim, but thank you so much for your presentation. It is so informative. And I know we will have all this information available on Gift so that people definitely can connect to. And you have your books and the training program available at 5 different, means they can reach out and get these books through 5 different locations. So that's amazing. Kim,
Awesome.
thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Thanks.